Hey, fourth grade, are you ready for your next art project? This is going to be a pretty big project and it's going to take us a few weeks to get done. So we're going to take it in small pieces. Before we begin, for this week, you need your sketchbook or your paper that you're drawing, pencil and eraser, and coloring supplies. If you're not keeping your artwork in a sketchbook, you need to be keeping it someplace where you can find it again. Your expedition So our fourth grade expedition information, your guiding question, how can I impact change in my school, community, and the world? Your connection, we are going to connect our personal lives to history and imagine how we would look in different time periods. You can use this to think about how you might have changed or would have liked to try and change different time periods. Your learning targets, I can look for easy to draw shapes and to begin drawing a human. And I can draw a human body with correct proportion. Correct proportion means that your body isn't like you don't have a super huge head and a tiny little body. You would have correctly sized body. So we are today going to look at the design process. We are going to be in the emphasize and define stages. We'll touch a little bit into ideate. We're going to start with prototype and testing next time around. So you are going to be designing how you look in 3 other different periods of time. The 1770s, the 1860s, the 1920s, and today. So we're going to get this set up and you are going to work on drawing the 4 people, well, kind of the 4 people today, and then you're going to work on drawing just you today. The written instructions, you're going to use 2 sheets of paper. Maybe they're in your sketchbook, maybe they're not in your sketchbook. You're going to fold them in half. You're going to end up with 4 sections. Write today at the top of one, then 1920s in the next. On the other sheet of paper, you're going to write 1860s and 1770s. And then we're going to draw the same blank person in each section. And then you get to work on drawing you today. So I'm going to show you how to do all of this on the camera. And if you have any questions at any point in time, remember you can always email me at afrans@amanaacademy.org. And always remember to check your Art Google Classroom for your assignment. So let's pull up the document camera. I'm going to make this larger. There we go. So I'm going to use 1 and 2 pages in my sketchbook. They do need to be held this way. Don't fold them the long way. Fold them this way. What is this, hamburger style? So I'm going to take 1 and 2, and I'm going to push them up so that they are touching the edge, and press down. Now when I open them back up, I have 1, 2, and on the next page, 3, 4. Remember what we said we were going to write? At the top, you write today. Next to it, we write 1920s. Then we're going to write 1860s and 1770s. So that's what we're doing for this part. Remember, this needs to be on 2 sheets of paper, not on the front and the back of 1 sheet. I'm going to try really hard to keep them in my sketchbook, but if you need to take them out of your sketchbook, that is okay. That's fine by me. Next, we're going to practice or try to draw the same kind of body in each one. If you look back at my example, let's see if I can pull it up. You'll see that me and all of these are all standing the same position, the same height, the same pose. And this is important. I do want you to try and make the same one each time. So let's look at how we could do that. First, let's just draw today. Just drawing today. We're going to start with our circle for a head, a square for our body. I'm going to do rectangles for legs, and then for me I'm going to do kind of a half circle for the feet, and then I need to figure out how I'm going to have my arms. If I'm going to have my arms just next to my side, that's fine. Remember, your hands need to come down to the bottom right about here, not down to your knees, not down to your feet, but they don't stop like up here. That would be tiny baby arms. So now that I've drawn this, I'm going to give you, if you've got a way that you can see it through your paper, go ahead and do that one more time. So that way you would always have the same shape. Now, that's not going to be easy to get done on these two, so let's see. Could try and pull that back. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to try and look again. So I know that my head starts right about here. My shoulders have come over. And again, I'm using my rectangle, just a long rectangle for the body, skinnier rectangles for feet, or for legs, excuse me, and then half circles for the feet. We're going to come down. I'm going to make a rectangle, but the circle at the bottom, or right next to this, is going to be my hands. And then once again, I'll trace that one on this side. All right, so I really want you to get at least this part done. You need 4 bodies, blank bodies. I call them blank because there's nothing on there but the sizes. And you need them all the same height and width. You want to try as much as you can to get them close to that. Once you've got all of these done, then you can come in and start working on you today. So, here we go. I'm going to focus on turning this into me today. First, I know that I wear glasses. So I'm going to make sure that I have my glasses. Do my eyes. I'm going to make my head a little bit, well, less round, because I know my head isn't a perfect circle. And when I draw my nose, I usually just do, a little hook like that. Doesn't have to be super detailed. If you've got a way that you want to draw you, that's fine, but you got to draw it the same way, or the same kind of style all the way across. So I have like that, I have a smile. eyebrows. And I usually wear my hair back in a ponytail, so I'm going to draw my neck. Please make sure that you're drawing your neck to be kind of big. Don't make it like super tiny. And I usually just wear a t-shirt, so I'm going to wear I'm going to make my arms more detailed. And then I can go back through and I can erase some of these things that I drew lightly that I won't see anymore. And I actually think I've made my head a little big. And that's fine because I can erase on the outside and make it a little bit smaller. And yeah, that does look a little bit better. Then I'm going to wear just the blue jeans that I usually wear. And I'm going to keep, these are going to be like the toes of my shoes. Ta-da! And so when we look back at what I've drawn for me today, I'm just trying to draw me as I would be normally. Here I got my dog, I'm in front of my house, here's my car, I'm wearing my glasses, just how I would be normally. You can draw yourself inside, outside, whatever you want to do, but you are trying to draw you today. We will work on the other ones each week for the next few weeks. So for today, you want to get your paper folded so that you have those 4 sections. You want to write the times up at the top, and then you want to make sure that you've got the 4 blank bodies across so that it looks like they're more or less the same size. This can be challenging. If all you do is get the 4 bodies on there and you have to work on today another time, that's okay. All right, guys. I'm excited to see how these go.